What's up, my people? It's More Easy Graphics, and I'm back again in 2025. 2024 was a great journey with you guys, and I appreciate every of my fans that have subscribed and liked my page. And this year is going to be a year of more development in your creativity. So, without wasting much of our time, what I have for us today is how to create a cake flyer design as a beginner, a unique cake flyer design as a beginner. I'm sure you're going to love this. And due uh, to the fact that some of my fans love this on my Pinterest page, I decided to pick this design to show you guys how you can actually go about this design. So let's get started. All right. Before I start, I would like you guys to subscribe to my page, also like and also comment. You know, when you like and comment, it makes YouTube algorithm share this to likes mind that want to learn about this kind of design. So please do well to do that. Thanks. So let's go straight to the point. This is what we are going to design, and I'm going to show you step by step, and it's going to be fast, but a unique pattern for design for beginners. So I'll be creating a new page by pressing Ctrl N on my system here and also on my keyboard, and I'll be making use of this custom size of 2004 by 3000 2004 by 3000 pixel. Mind you, I'll be using pixel, and also my orientation will remain in portrait, not landscape, and then my resolution remains 300. Now I have done some videos whereby I talked about resolution depending on what platform do you want to post it on. If you are going to post it on a platform like Instagram, make use of 100 resolution. So let's get started now. Everything we need to make this done will be the link will be I'll drop the link on in the description below. Rather, I'll drop the link in the description below, and also you'll have access to practicalize this on your own. So the first thing is just to use the old content book to get all what we want. So the first thing is just to duplicate this. When I duplicate it, then I'm going to come to this FX to click on my gradient layout. So after I click on the gradient layout, mind you, I've actually done this, and this is what you should look after for. So I made use of this same color code here. If I click on this part and press this color code, I have one F44DA. Now let's go back to this 1F44DA. That's the light blue. The dark blue is F07 071F7F. Now that is just it. Make sure you are doing that as well. So let me copy this, and for you to know what I'm saying. Um, so now if I come over to this place, you can see. Okay, let me cancel then. Come over to click to check 071FXO, and that is what we have there. So if you can actually have yours done this way, it's gonna be good. All right, so you can also save your color palette underneath here. You can just press save and it will save as well. Do you get it? So you can press new rather, and it saves. So I'm done with the background color. Now I'm going to add my pattern to it, which is this. I'm going to add this. I'll drop it here and then resize it to fit in, not too much this way. I'm going to check. So I'm going to check and then place this way. Now I'll change the blending option to overlay and reduce this to around 12 or 11. Let's say 11, or probably let me see 9. So hope you guys can see this clearly. Let's say 9. 9 is okay. I have my reasons for reducing the core or the opacity. There's a reason I had to reduce the opacity. So the next thing is just to group these two together, because we are going to be adding some backgrounds and other stuffs to it. So I just need to reduce the to match them together. So I'm going to press Ctrl G on my keyboard, or drag this into this folder file. So any of the options you can do, Ctrl G to group, then you can just lock it down. And if you wish to give it a color, you can right click on your folder, then change the color to orange yellow, or I can choose yellow, indicating, and I can also change the name by double clicking on this B and G. I bet you'll find this tutorial very helpful as a beginner. So do well to subscribe presently to my channel, and also like, and make sure you watch this video to the end. Now the next thing to do is now to place all my content on the page. Now before I place this, I'm going to make use of my guideline. I'll come to view to make use of my guide to bring out my guideline, and this is one I'll press. I'll not press new guideline, I'll press new guide layout, and I'm going to do that. So immediately I press new guide layout, it brings this to me. The only thing you are to touch here is just the margin. Now if I take off the margin, nothing is here. So if I click on the margin back, you see, then you can just say 200 by 200 by 200 each side. If you feel you want one part to be bigger, you can just add 200 or 300, but to have equal size, or equal guidelines, you need to make it the same ratio. So I'll click on OK. Since I have that, now I'll go back to the folder where I have all the things I'm going to be using for this design. So um something is actually missing, but I can actually bring that back. All right, so I'll quickly do this. Paste it here. The logo was here. I don't know why it's left. I don't know how come it's left. So I'm going to drag the logo inside. You see the way I drag this? I can drag it, and I can also place embedded, and I can also do what we call place embedded. All right, so after I've dragged this in, I'll probably make use of the placing of embedded or in the second object I'm going to bring in. So I'm going to change the color. How do I change the color? I make use of overlay. Click on my overlay and also change it to this blue. Select any of the blue and OK. I'm going to do OK, but I won't leave this layout style. I'm going to still go to what we call the stroke, then add stroke to it. I'm going to make sure the stroke is outside, the position is outside, then increase the stroke size to this level. Okay, and then the last thing I'll do is to add shadow over drop shadow to it. The drop shadow, I'm going to increase the opacity and then bring it around this level. I think it's okay here. All right, okay, so that's fine. And I can also do something else apart from using this drop shadow. I would just duplicate this image. I'll Ctrl J, and the one beneath it, I'm going to convert it to some smart object, and then change the color overlay to black, so that it could give me or a deep blue, so that I'll be able to make use of this in a way that will make the shadow more unique, the drop shadow more unique. So this way, I think this drop shadow is better, but I'll make use of blur to make it look more nice. Actually, it's too much. The blurry part is too much. All right, this is okay. Then for this to look more nice, I'll just reduce the opacity. I can actually bring it out, position it anywhere I want. So I'm going to reduce the opacity to at least to okay. Let's see if this is okay. This is actually okay for me, and this is quite okay. I will group these together and call it the logo as well. And you can just give it your favorite color, just to make sure what you're doing is actually neat. You can give it red, and then let me lock this down. The next thing I'm bringing is just to bring in my red ribbon, and this red ribbon looks this way. This is the way it looks like. And how do I crop out this red ribbon from here? What I do is I'll first rasterize my page, my um rasterize the ribbon, then come down to my properties. Some people might not find this property on your own system, but there's a way you can get it. So Finding my property, I'll just say select object. If you can't find your property or position it here, there's a way you can actually do that. What you just need to do is to come to your windows and you will see check property, it will pop it out and you will get to use this property well. So what I'm going to do is you just press Ctrl J. I'm going to press Ctrl J, and this I'm going to delete it since I do not need this, and I'm going to take this, then resize it to this level and position it here. I'm going to position it somewhere here. All right. So other content that I need to pick is from the right up I have here. So I'm going to copy all this to the cake. I'm going to copy the cake and press T as a shortcut for text. If you press T on your keyboard, it's a shortcut for text. I'm going to use medium. Medium, I'm reducing it to maybe 12. 12 is too small, but let me paste all what I have here. Now, when I paste, something happened. The line in between the space in between the row is actually too much. I'll have it 17 instead. All right. So I've reduced that. Then I'm going to make it bigger, a little bit bigger, so people can see what I'm actually trying to sell. So people can see what your client is trying to sell. So then make sure this skinning is in 0. You can have it this way. Okay. Yeah. So then we have also the service. I'm going to duplicate this actually. I'll duplicate this way and then copy down the services here rather. So the services, I'll double click here to paste the services. So the services is just alone here. I'll make it bigger than the rest. It's to be bigger. So all right, this is actually okay. This is actually okay. If you can still make this more bigger so people can see what you are actually selling. So after this, what I'm going to do next is just to draw my line. To draw my line here, and the line is actually going to take not going to get to the middle. So we can actually create a ruler to place the ruler at the center of this design, like somewhere here, so that our job can be accurate. All right, we'll be having space for the object and the text. So this is just this design is called asymmetrical design. So asymmetrical balance rather. So to change the outline of the stroke to white, increase it to 4, and I'm fine with that. So I'm going to duplicate the line as well. I'll duplicate it and also bring it downward this way. So then I'll draw my rectangle. As you've seen in that previous design I show you, I'm going to draw my rectangle and place it somewhere here. So to get that same round edge at this point, I'm not going to drag this, because if I drag this equally they will be together. Or you can drag this equally. So when you drag this and they are all equal, here the properties of what you just did is here. So what you do is unlock this chain. If you have this chain on, unlock it, this link rather, the linking the linking icon, unlock it, and then make this 0 and also this side is 0, and then enter. Then you have this. So there was a circle here, which we saw. The circle here, we have to add the circle as well. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to add the circle, doing this with my Marquee 2, the Eclipse Marquee 2. I'm going to increase it. While I'm doing this, I'm holding my shift. When you want to draw, hold your shift. Immediately you place your keyboard, let me do that again. When you want to draw your circle, you're drawing your circle. This is an eclipse, but you want a perfect circle, you have to hold your shift. Immediately it changes back to this. So I think it's okay in this form. I'll make sure it is equal to the edge of this part is equal. So then I've drawn my macro to this is my rectangular. I'm going to delete it. So when I press delete, because anything I draw here, I can also delete out the parts from this shape. So I press delete, but it told me I could not complete this quest because it is the layer is directly not editable. So what I need to do is to convert it to smart object. Convert it to smart object and delete. Okay, sorry, convert to smart object, then rasterize it, then you delete, then it does this. So the next thing is just to bring in my icon, drop the icon of the delivery guy. We said we can deliver to anywhere. These goods can actually be delivered anywhere. So I have to like, I've seen people use more of dispatch rider, cab, bus, bike, and so I felt like let me just make it look real. Let's have an image. So I downloaded this image from Flaticon. Flaticon, that's a site where you can get any icons for free. You can get any icons for free. Don't worry, I'll drop the description of the site I got some of the resources I'm using. So let's go back to the stuff here, the content here. We have for booking and other placements. We're going to copy this because that is where this icon we're going to put it here right here. So press T, not Control T, just press T and click on this. I'm going to reduce it to 12 and change it to medium. Then I'm going to paste what I just did. So when I paste, place your order. I'm going to press enter. Then with us, I'm going to press enter. Don't mind the space in between. What you just need to do here is to reduce the leading. Then you reduce it. Do you understand? You reduce it here. All right. And as well, this is coming out of the page. I'm going to reduce it a bit. Okay. I think this is quite okay. This is quite okay for me. All right. Now I'm going to add the number. Actually, this is my number. If you need anything, you can actually contact me. You add the number to it. So we're going to add this number. Going to add this number. Just going to press T and it brings it up. Then I paste the number. So after pasting the number, I'm going to change the typeface to either bold, but let me increase the size at first. So I think it's okay this way. I'll bring it up a little bit and I'll also adjust this up a bit. I'm also going to adjust this up a bit. Yeah. So please do well to subscribe to my channel. I know you guys are gaining a lot from this already, but do well to just subscribe to my channel and just to encourage me on more videos. And this is all I can do for everyone who has issues with probably could not get the advantage to learn a skill online or to get to afford to learn a skill, but we'll give it to you as a beginner. You are going to be helping doing much of the beginners on YouTube this year, and I would like you guys to stick along. Oh, sorry, I meant to bring in the call icon. I went on bringing the location icon. So I'm going to drop the call icon here and reduce the size this way. If you want to reduce your size on your keyboard, you can press Alt. And sometimes anything can just happen to the functions of your system, whereby you are pressing Alt and then you're having the issue of the Alt is not doing it, is resizing anyhow. You can just hold on to your Shift and Alt together to get the right stuff you need. So I'm not using gridded. I'm going to be using the overlay, but I'm going to change the overlay. So here I'm going to, how do I move this? I'm pressing my space bar and then drag, left clicking by dragging all the way. You can see the palm on it. And what I want to do is just to select the red color here. So after I'm done with the red color. So here as well, I need to add the color as well on the icon, on this location icon here. So what do I do? What I need to do is just to hold my alt, then copy. When you hold your alt, it helps you to copy your previous effect on the first one to the second one. So I just drop it that way, and then I've copied it. So um I'm to bring in the location where it is. So it is in um Lekki Phase 1 Lagos. So I'll duplicate this number and actually paste the address. So after pasting the address, I'll drag it down. I'm going to change the font, the typeface to regular, and I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to reduce it. So I just did that now. All right. So um the next thing for me to do here is just to add some one more thing. Still adjusting this. So all right. Now I'm going to add this shape to cover this at the end. All right, it's actually okay this way. It's actually okay. And as well, I can just try to adjust everything to come down. Probably it's too close to the training, so I think it's better off this way now. All right, let's see what we just did. Okay, you guys can see we are getting somewhere. So like I said, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then comment, and also watch this video. I'll be very happy if you can watch this video till the end. I'll be very much happy if you can do that for me. So all right, then I'll be drawing my shapes in the circle shapes at the right. As you can see, we have the circles. We have 4 circles there. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to come over here and choose the ellipse tool, then hold my shift alongside the way I draw. So I'll drag this up here. All right, maybe I should make it a little bigger. Okay, I think it's okay this way. It's okay this way. All right, I'm gonna draw another circle. Hold my alt, then I'll reduce this a bit. It's too much. I'll reduce a bit, bring it out here. I'll also alt again to get another circle, and also reduce it, um reduce it a bit. So these circles are actually small, but what I can do is I can highlight everything and drag them this way. Do you see the way I'm dragging them? Drag them this way. All right. Okay. Then the last one, I'm going to have it here. So I'm going to make that also smaller to the previous one. So you can see what I can actually do here again is just to make sure they are they are well arranged. They are well arranged. Okay. I'll make sure they are well arranged. All right. Okay. I felt they are much more better now. Now we've actually drawn this. What we'll do next is just to change the stroke from black. If I zoom out, you can see there are some white lines. So, but I don't want those white lines. I want it black lines. I want it to be white. So I'm going to click here and choose white. Then the stroke number, I'll change it to 65. Yeah, I'll change it to 65. Don't worry, when we start inserting all what we need, you will see what I just did. So I'll click on the first circle and then drag in the image, which is this. I'll drag in this image and I'll drop it here. All right, so I'm going to resize it. All right, I'm going to resize it. I'll place it here and press OK. All right, then I'll power clip this, right click to create clipping marks rather. I'll create a clipping marks of that inside. Do well to subscribe and like my page. Uh, then bring in the next one. I'm going to be using this, not this image. There's an image I'll be using. I had one of those, um, I had one of these cake I downloaded some previous days. I guess this, yeah. I'm gonna bring this in, resize the cake. Let me see how it looks. Okay, I'm going to power clip that as well. Is this the cake I use? Let's check. Let's check. So, okay, I can totally remember. I'm gonna delete this because this is not what I used. I think this was what I used. Yeah, this was the cake I used. I'm gonna place it right there and then reduce the size, bring it down, and make a clipping marks into the shape. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my go back to my I'm going back to my to where I have those images. I'm going to pick the basket of spring rolls and samosa, then add them here. So please make sure you are following this step so that you can get them one after the other. So you won't get stuck at the way. Don't fast forward. Make sure you watch them. Step. They are very simple to get. That is when you follow the steps. So now I'll click on the last circle here to pick the last stuff we need, which is the drink, and I'm going to drop it here and then resize till it gets smaller and make it smaller. All right, this shape looks bigger, should be smaller compared to the rest. It should be smaller. Yeah, it should be in this form. So don't mind, you are seeing some of these stuffs are kind of looking like they are not they don't have a border. It has a border, but don't mind that. So I'm going to add one more last thing before we do the final touching, retouching. So I'm going to add um the should I call it motto or slogan? Let's say the motto, and then add my T, press my T to add this, and I paste this. So what I'm going to do is just to use another typeface. I'm going to use a light one, but italic, and then increase the keying just to show the um to add the stuff to hit, to add the motto at the end of the design. So I can as well adjust all these, and I can resize it. Can actually resize it to make it look this big. You can actually see what we've done that is so unique and simple. All you need is to place your stuff well, your icons and every other stuff, place them well, and we're going to get a good result out of it. So this is what we've actually done now. But the last thing we're going to do is just to um, hold on to modify it to enhance the image to look more cool. Now for this cake, I forgot to add something. We are going to change the color to blue. So we use our color balance to adjust the color to blue, and I'll create a clipping mask on it. Then increase the blue here. All right, the blue is okay for me at this level. It's okay for me at this level. So you can as well adjust the cake if you want. You can as well adjust the cake. So I'm going to reduce the cake so that some parts will show. All right, this is actually okay. So the last thing we're going to do is to hold on to your Alt and Shift with Control. Hold, press those three things together. Then you press your E. After you press your E, you will have this layout, a picture of this layout here. So you can move this picture all around. This is the original layout, but the picture we've just created is different. So I'm going to go to my camera filter, then camera of filter, to enhance this image, to enhance the image, and I'll show you the before and after. So this is the way it looks, but I want to make it look sharp and more cool, more colorful. So I would come to my basics, increase the texture to at least 60, the clarity a little bit. The clarity should not be too much. All right, then I'm going to my color mixer, then add blue to it. Add blue to it. All right, that is cool. So I'm going to show you the before and after. So the before, this is, let me bring this down. This is the after and this is the before. This is the after. A little bit of modification, like you can see. Look at the cake here. You will see that there is a little. This is when I didn't add camera filters to enhance my cake, but this is it when I'm done. You can see the changes. Everything looks sharp and okay. And that is just it about today's tutorial for the beginners. Please feel free to watch this video. Share this link, the video link, to some of your friends that would love to watch this, to know how to do this. And also on my Pinterest page, I can see that a lot of people actually love this design, but I choose just to make the design tutorial so that everyone would have access on how this was being done, and access to the tools I use, the resources I use in doing this design. So see you guys in the next tutorial. I wish you happy new year and a prosperous year in this year, a fulfilled one. Thank you for watching and for subscribing to my page. Bless you.